Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing? Hey, Travis, Kevin, Alexander, Al, how you guys doing? Hey, Badir, Jiraj, good to see you all. Well, you guys wanted action? We got action. So usually what happens is you'll have a big move up, they backfill the move, right? These markets are being run, and I've been saying this now, and it's funny that I'll say, these markets are run by speculators, and everybody will go, uh-huh, uh-huh. And then you'll get a move like this, and everyone's like, what the hell's going on? Well, folks, there's something called speculation, okay? Right? And speculators will use these large ranges to make money. So, overnight inventory is still 100% short, okay? At 7 o'clock in the morning UK time and 2 in the morning New York time, I told people not to short down here. I said, we keep looking underneath the previous day low and popping back up, popping back up. That is a signal to go long. So you've got number one, you've got overnight inventories 100% short. The other is the previous day low. Not being able to accept underneath that, the normal course of business is short covering. So now basically we've got an inside day to yesterday. We're just going to go back and forth, see where the order flow takes us, okay? So what I did was we kept our balance areas from the day before on the 1 minute chart. They've been working very nicely. What else did we tell you folks? We said, listen, we're going to take this inventory and we're going to sell it up here and then sell it up here. And we told you that in the Globex recording. Hey, Mark, how you doing? So one thing I will say, over the last couple of months, when I talk to people, I notice that they don't listen. One thing I would really encourage you to do, old people, young people, I would really encourage you to work on your concentration and paying attention. Because I find that most people, and it's not your fault, you've been conditioned and you've been trained to have a short attention span and a short fuse, right? So you can't concentrate, and then when you get yourself into trouble, you blow your fuse. You haven't conditioned yourself how to do work properly in this business. You might be great at whatever else you're doing, but this business right here, you don't have the luxury of doing things like you do in other businesses, unfortunately. You have to really be on the ball. And if you can't put all that information together, I understand it's hard. There's a lot of information that you need to put together, right? The problem is we've conditioned people to have less than a 10-second attention span. What I would suggest you that you do is spend some time looking at the chart and watching and observing and making observations without going, where's the trade? Where's the trade? I haven't made any money. Where's the trade? I don't know what to do, right? You know, other trading rooms will give me, right? Where's the trade? Where's the trade? Stop whining and looking for the trade and start pretending that you're an actual business person doing business. Once you do that, you're going to rewire how you look at stuff. And when you start to rewire how you look at things, you'll be surprised, oh gosh, I can pay attention, right? I notice things, you know, JJ's talking about this, he's talking about that. I do these videos, I talk about a lot of things, but you have to rewind, you have to watch this stuff, right? So what do I mean by speculation? Well, it's a futures market, right? A futures market is by nature a speculative market. That doesn't mean that you're going to buy it at this level here and hold on to it for 30 years and it's an investment and it's going to go like this. It's going to go like this because speculators are doing business. You're going to have to get used to that, folks. The other thing you're going to have to get used to is the fact that we have massive, massive ranges. And I was speaking about this earlier too. Unfortunately, we all have very, very short attention spans and bad memories. So we can get taken advantage of over and over and over again because you guys don't remember anything and you always forget. Did you not remember that we had a 500-point day this year? Anybody remember that? We had a 500-point day in the ES. And nobody really thought that was weird. Everyone was like, doo 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 doo. Right? I was like, you guys haven't noticed that something's changed? Am I the only one? You should be paying attention to this stuff. Because if you're not paying attention to some of the small details, you're missing a really big picture. And when you miss that big picture, you are going to make so many mistakes trading. You're going to be trading in the wrong direction, without stops, all sorts of crazy stuff. Trying to take, hero trades where you think you're going to be, the hero of a trading room or something like that, and it's just not going to work. Right? And also, for new traders, now I'm talking older traders who have, if you have a back-tested trading strategy and you're making money consistently, great. I can help you with level up your trading and do better. But for newer traders, who aren't putting in the work, who aren't doing the work, don't ever expect to be profitable. You never will be, right? This is a business that is very unforgiving, and we'll just take your money every single time, right? You're easy pickings, right? You're just easy. We can pick you off left, right, and center all day long. So, having said that now, how are we going to trade this? Well, our cost basis is underneath us. I drew out a cost basis just to show you where the volume is. Look at that volume between 46 and 50 and up here, just here. So what we're doing is we're taking this product and we're in distribution now, right? Even though inventory is 100% short, we still might have, I'm looking to see if we can get down to 68.58. If we can't, we are right in the middle of this zone right here, right? At 67 and a quarter. And if we cannot get down and start taking out these levels, remember inventory is still short. Short-term target is 68.75. And we'll see what happens when we get after that. There's not a lot of volume here, So if it breaks higher, you're going to be looking for resistance at 68.92. This market will do this. Big ranges, big candles. You're going to have to learn when to trade and when not to trade. When not to trade is when the candles are really small and grouped together tightly, right? You can't scalp that, right? You have to wait for bigger candles to scalp. These kind of candles, you got to build a position. These kind of candles, you can scalp. This kind of market, you have to build positions. If you don't know the difference between the two, I would highly suggest, right, that you guys come into our trading room at thetradingsyndicate.org and learn how to trade a market from someone who's actually created markets and made charts. We also have this AI trading coach, which is next generation that helps you guys actually plan out trades, help you keep your emotions in check, all of those things. And Steve's got a deal right now, right? I know I sound like one of those guys, but wait, there's more. Seriously, we give you every advantage that you could get. And none of our trading, you know, none of it's based on, how should I say this politely? It's plain, simple, straight talk. And that's what you need, right? Where do I put my buy? Where do I put the stop? What's the business reason for taking this trade? Okay, good. Is that business reason still valid now that I'm in the trade? No? Get me the hell out of here. Right? Very simple. Very simple. You know? You don't have to be Einstein to make money in these markets. You don't have to have a PhD in math. You just need to find the bid, buy a little. When they push the market up, sell. Right? Take the money, and then don't be an idiot and give the money back. Okay? It's very simple. You just have to have some discipline and pretend you're at work. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Is it easy? No. Right? That's why it's called work. Right? That's why we still call it work. Right? So look, rotation. That's another thing that you guys need to learn. Right? Markets rotate down when they're looking for buyers. Then they rotate up when they're looking for sellers. Yeah, it was never yours to begin with then. If you lost $800, you left an open trade, went to the gym and came back and you lost your money. Well, that doesn't sound like it was your money at all. You can't do stuff like that, right? And I bet you learn from that. You'll never ever leave an open position and go to the gym. It's not like you're slow cooking a roast, right? You got to pay attention, folks. You have to pay attention. Yeah. You're at work. You're at work, right? It's not a slow cooker, right? Yeah, don't leave your garage door open when you're not at home, right, Mark? Exactly. We gotta have a little bit of common sense, ladies and gentlemen, or else we don't deserve the money, right? Respect the money will respect you, right? Yeah, maybe it's time to get the old treadmill behind the desk. Ugh. So, what are we gonna do off the open here? This market is going to be very challenging over the next couple of weeks. We have a lot of different agendas in play, right? We have a lot of people who are trying to make their year work, right? And they're going to run over you to do it. Don't get in their way, right? You want to be on the right side of these trades. And if you're not comfortable trading volatility, sit and watch. right? If you're not trading volatility, if you're not comfortable with it, take a chill pill and watch. You know? All right. Let's go look at trades off the open. Well, there's a reason why we have Christmas rallies, and the reason is because people need to get their bonuses. Right? There's always a financial agenda. That's why they call it finance. There's an agenda, right? Nobody on Wall Street works for the salary. That's for losers. They make the bonus. The bonus is the big deal. Put in controls up here, good distribution. Right? We've got some upper stops here. We still have some single prints, so we have some supply. We had, what, 4 or 5 sets of single prints? We filled all of them, except this little bit here. 3 ticks. It's quite a move back up. Let's see if we backfill any of this move. We're going to see where we open up. Well, Raj, you know what's going on, right? It's nobody who's made money this year is going to risk that money, right? Why would you blow up your earnings in the last 3 weeks of the year? No one. Crazy, right? Just crazy. So let's see what we're doing here. We're well above VWAP into beautiful distribution. Let's see how this area resolves itself. The question you got to ask yourself is, how many people are short under 68.41? I would say, unfortunately, quite a few. I would say there's a lot of people short under 68.41, and that's why. And where's the most current short position? 68.80, 68.63. The next short position after that, 68.50 and change. How can I tell where the short positions are? It's where the bids are. The short positions are where the bids are. Support is created by short sellers who put their orders in, and those orders don't get filled. That creates support. You getting it? It's simple, but it's not easy because we are never told the simple facts about this business. They lie to us and they tell us this and that and all sorts of crap just to keep us off key, right? Keep us off center. It's much easier to take money from people when you keep them confused. Okay, it's not a dumb question. A lot of people don't know. So, what is a short sale, Marky? Marky, a short sale is when you sell something that you don't own, and then you've got to replace it. So when you open a short sale, how you close that trade is you have to buy it back. Does that make sense? Jugia, it'll be $19. That's what He's charging for it right now. It's cheap, the AI trading coach. Really cheap. Anywho, so when a short seller needs to buy back their position, they bid to cover, which means they put a buy order to go cover. That buy order, if it goes unfilled, creates support. Hello, Alex. Welcome. Hello to you in Bulgaria. Good to have you with us. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. Everyone was looking for lower. So I woke up, I looked at the screens, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is setting up for another like serious short squeeze." And here we go again. See, the thing is, folks, once you do this for a while, you're going to recognize the patterns, right? You're going to recognize the patterns because it's the same business pattern over and over and over again. We're not exactly that creative in finance, right? We tend to do the same thing over and over and over and over again. So you'll see the same patterns. That's why pattern traders, right? They recognize patterns, right? They just don't understand what creates the pattern. So what we do here is we try and teach you what creates the pattern so you could actually go, now you have understanding, you can go trade that pattern and be a bit more successful because you know how the pattern works, what creates it, what makes it up, why it works. Now you're empowered. Now you can make good business decisions. All right. So what do we find here? Look, there's a seller. That's what I'm doing in the pre-market. I'm looking to see where the buyers are and where the sellers are. What I really care most about is where the sellers are, because the sellers are the ones who set the price according to the order flow. Wholesale longs, my friends, wholesale longs. So there are sellers up here. Let me make this a little bit bigger. So we got some sellers right here at this level, right? 74 and a quarter, 74 and a half. And we're going to backfill the move now, right? What is a backfill? A backfill is when you take a market higher and you create demand, and then you go back and you fill in that demand with supply. That's the move you want to short. You don't want to short the front end of the move. You want to short the back end of the move. So if I wasn't lecturing you guys, if we saw a seller here, we'd be shorting in this area, putting our stop above 72, and then putting bids in here at 69, 68 and a half. There's a cost basis here that if we don't fall back into, you'll have to cover, right? Should be some back and forth trading today. It'll be interesting to see. As they say in Canada, let's see what they got in the tickle trunk. Oh. So we're going to open inside yesterday's range, right? Yeah, I want to see, Marky, I want to see who comes into the store, right? So before I jump in and start throwing money all over the place, right? Like I'm at Magic City, Right? So instead of throwing money around like I'm trying to be a player at Magic City, I'm going to sit and watch the action for a little bit. Right? I'm going to gather some intelligence. Right? Smart money. So, how would you build a position? Well, I wouldn't be interested in building a position unless the market came down here and then went sideways here for a little bit. I could build a position for a move back up. If I was building a short position here and I had some buy orders here and they're not getting filled, I got to scratch that short position. I don't like trading in the middle of one of my ranges. I'll wait for this or I'll wait for this. Does that make sense? I like the edge. I like to trade from the outside edge in because that's where the action is, right? The middle is for suckers, right? The middle is for suckers who chase price, and the middle is also for people who are fast. Once you know how to trade outside in, you get fast, then you can go screw around in the middle. Till then, don't diddle in the middle, right? Now, I've done literally, God knows, hundreds of videos on this. So they're all available in the JJ video section, the JJ commentary section. Yesterday we had a execution lab, right, to show people where to trade, how to trade, where to put their orders in, how to manage their trades. We do all of that stuff. All you got to do is go through it. Now, I know there's a lot of info in there, and I do talk a lot. So if you have questions, reach out. We're here to help, okay? All right. I'm combining 34 years of insanity, 200 deals, all this order flow, and try to teach you guys. That's why I want to keep it simple. Watch when we come down to 67. Look for bids between 63 and 67 on the open. Just watch the 1-minute candles. Watch the offer. See how the offer came down and couldn't get under 67.25? Well, that's a sign. That's a sign that they didn't need to sell under 67.25 because, look, as the French would say, la position, c'est là. Right? That's where the position is. They sold it down and the position stopped. Now let's see what happens. All right, let's open this puppy up and see what they got. So far, it's bids at 68. Let's see if that holds. We're coming right back into that position. We don't know what the order flow is going to be like off the open. So we always just want to sit back and watch. If you're short, you should have a 62, 61 bid down there to see if you can grab a few cookies as they fall out of the cookie jar. See if we could take out that 61 stop. Yeah, just check us out in the trading room, Alec. No problem. Just waiting for the market to find the bid. When it finds the bid, then I'm interested. Till then, I'll let everybody else go look for the bid. So we found that 61.62. Let's see. Look, see? Look how the offer is lifting. We came right into the cost basis, and now the sellers, look at that. You see that? That's what you want to look for. You want to look for the bid. Once you find the bid, now you know if you were short and I told you to put some 62 bids in there, you should have covered, right? I didn't call out the long because I didn't know. I would have rather gone long at 58 on a look below and fail at 58. What I was waiting for is this. That hasn't happened yet, so I got to chill out and be patient. Big deal, right? I got nothing else to do. I can sit around and wait for a trade. Just relax. Let the order flow come in. Right. Get into your day. Now, it's what time is it? It's 2:30 in the afternoon here in the UK. I've been up since 4:30 in the morning, so I'm wired as hell, right? You guys, especially in the States and stuff like that, are just getting up, getting going, looking at your charts, right? So just take it easy. You don't have to trade the open. There's no rule that you have to trade the open, right? That's, you know, sit and watch how a market opens. You will learn so much. You're looking for the buyers, right? The buyers are where the shorts are trapped. This is a speculative market, which means it goes back and forth. So you always have to be on your toes when you're in trades. Don't trade without stops. Don't take, oh, gee, what will what will happen if I did this? That's not a trade, right? Keep your risk tight. It's chopping around right now. Let them do their thing, right? Is this seller at 74 and a quarter? How would I trade that? I'd be shorting. I would if I was trading that and I saw that seller, I'd be shorting under 71 down to 67 and then hopefully back to 65. And my stop would be at 74. So as soon as you identify a seller, you want to sell alongside that seller and put your stop where the seller initiated. If the seller lifts his offer because he sees buyers, you don't want to be short. You want to swim right up next to the shark. Get nice and close. So when the shark moves, you move. The sellers are the shark. Get it? Does that make sense? Don't get too far out ahead of the shark. Know what I mean? Good stuff, Alexander. Yeah. No problem. Right? If you watch the execution class, from yesterday, Matt, I know you guys are in Calgary, so it's early there. Um, when you have a chance, check out the execution video. Very good, Marky. Very good. Bingo. Now you're cooking with gas. The seller is sitting there at 67 and a half, and they're taking all the candy. Now, when those sellers see buyers, Marky, they're going to lift their offer, right? They're going to lift their offers past that area here because they're selling right here. See how they're lifting? The next seller will be up here right under 71, right? What I'm going to try and do is every Wednesday in the room, Matt, I'm going to try and do, I used to do them in the coaching class, but then people were like, we're running out of people with things to talk about, so I'm opening it up for the room on the price action labs and the execution labs. Now, it is possible, don't get me wrong, there are other ways to trade. They're just a heck of a lot more hard. I've always been a kid who likes to take the easy route, right? I always like to take the easy way out, you know? So if I could learn how to make money without killing myself, because I've seen people, they're journaling and they're memorizing patterns and they're, oh my gosh, and I feel so lazy. But they're never profitable because they have no idea what they're doing or why they're doing it. So I made sort of this promise to myself that I would teach you guys the simplest way to make money without all the gibberish, right? Because everybody knows every time a retail trader passes an evaluation, gets a withdrawal, a market maker gets his wings. So that's what I'm working on. Taking out the 71s, if we take that area out, we're going to creep up here. There's going to be another seller just in this area. Remember, the short-term inventory is underneath us, right? Nice work, Johnny. How's Port Jeff this morning? You know, Steve's from Port Jeff. You guys should talk. Yeah, if back in the day they could manage with a pencil and paper, I think you guys will be okay with a 1 minute chart. That's very good, Alexander. Very good. Good stuff. Steve still has family there. You guys probably know each other. Probably played hockey on the same team or something. Little pop back up. Do you see how you know, right? The price pops, but you know where this they're going to sell into it. And how that helps you as a retail trader is, say you were a little long position here, you sell a little here, you sell. If you know that they're going to be sellers, you just put your sell orders right before the sellers, so when the market pops, you get taken out. It's it's a lazy man's way to trade, ladies and gentlemen, right? I am all about being lazy. The least amount of work that you need to do, the better, right? So I just give you certain trades to do, look below and fail, learn how to do that trade. Once you learn that trade, oh my gosh, it'll make you such a better short seller because you've learned how to go long. And a good short seller is one who recognizes where the competition from sellers is. Once you recognize where the sellers are, because you're used to going long and competing with those sellers, now you're cooking with gas. So we got a little bit of a rotation going here. I haven't taken a trade yet. No rush, no rush. Lots of time. Lots of time. Just relax. Take it easy. When you see your setup, then you execute in a ruthless manner. You want to wait for that setup. Now, what is the setup? The setup is a way that you have of doing business. This is how I do business. I buy when it does this, or I sell when it does this, right? Candles are getting smaller. Business is getting a little slow, right? That's okay. The market profile tells you the look below and fail of a previous day low or an overnight low, Right now, it's useless. There's no look below and fail anywhere. You could maybe use a look below and fail of a stop, but I don't know. I prefer using 1 minute candles to execute. Market profile is a great resource. It's like a map of the city. This is the map of the neighborhood. Yeah, smaller candles. Business is slowing down, right? That's what the size of the candle means. Big candle, big order. Small candle, small order, right? See how this candle is from 66 all the way to 73. Big order just dropped, right? It was slow and then all of a sudden, boom, right? Remember, ladies and gentlemen, that overnight inventory is still short. Until we go and tag yesterday's close, inventory is still short. And enough people have shorted this market underneath, um, well, really underneath VWAP and then these 40s here, that there's enough sustained buying, right? That's, like at nighttime, Marky, when you see like really, really tight candles, you just leave that alone. That's your like that's your indicator or signal to chill out, right? Well, the business never changes, Alex. It just adapts. This business never changes. It's always the same thing. We're just always trying to create products and we're trying to sucker you into buying them. Buy Bitcoin, buy this, buy that, buy this, ETF, this one, that one, right? The Donkey Fund, the Gorilla Fund, right? We're always trying to create something to sell you something, right? How many of you live in Europe and you go to a Christmas market? One guy's selling hot chocolate, one guy's selling the other thing, one guy's, you know, it's a market. We want to get you long, and then you come back and buy more, and don't complain, right? That's our motto. You come, we sell, don't complain. Welcome to finance. So what we want to do is teach you how to trade this, and all you got to do is learn one basic trade, and you can live like a king. One basic trade. Know when to take it, when not to take it. You'll be fine. Oh, let's see if we can pop the 75s. I'm not seeing a short here, my friends. Just not yet. So if we do crack this and go higher, where's that stupid epic pin? Oh, there it is. Right, if we do crack this, the stops here are our targets up here in the 80s. Oh, look! Oh, seller. Good, good. That's nice. I like to see a seller. Right, so we've got a little bit of what's going on here. What's happening? What's going on? It's rotation. It's slow. So the wholesalers, right? If you take this and you draw a box, in the middle of the box they flip from the bid to the offer. So they're a buyer under 67, they're a seller above 67. Until some more clients come in, and then we can either do that or do that. That's all that's going on. It's no big mystery, right? They love to overcomplicate this so you guys get all confused and they can take your money, right? It's like the mustard trick that the people in the subway do. They put mustard on your head, you reach up to get the mustard out of your hair, they take your wallet, right? You guys know the mustard trick, right? Happens in markets every day. It's called a gap and trap. Right? That's the gap and trap. Take you one way, take your money. Oh, well, it's a bit more violent, Alexander. Pepper spray? Okay. Oh, goodness. No, Alex, I don't know what you're talking about. Alrighty. The focus and my goal here is not to look at market maker mechanics and stuff like that. It's to teach people how to make money. You know, I want to teach regular people how to make a living. If we take out this 63, I'm looking for VWAP and I'm looking for a bounce off VWAP if there are bids there, right? Let's go look. Right? I should have been short 70, but I was flapping my gums. So I'm looking for VWAP as we come down. A little bit of, see, they're front running VWAP. See that? See the space between VWAP and the bottom of that candle? Those are unfilled buy orders. As they fill, then we'll come back and transact VWAP. If they fail to fill, the market will reclaim 63. Very simple. Very simple. Right? Learn the patterns, learn how this works. You'll do yourself a great favor if you can just focus. Now, I'm waiting for a look below and fail of 58 and 3/4 because I've got VWAP there as a backup. If we accept under VWAP, you're looking for 54, don't buy it. Wait until we get back up over 60 if you're looking to go long. There's 54 coming up on that 54/4 level. I want to see the reaction. That's a big level on my 4-hour candle chart. And then the point of control from yesterday is down here at 49. Nice work, Alexander. Do I put any weight on developing market profile? Not yet. There's nothing to develop. You need more. There's no P profile yet, Mark. See, there's only 1/2 hour bar, so you need more time to develop out structure. Right? So no look below and fail there. Let's see if we look below and fail 50. Right? So let's see if we hold 50, next candle. Does that make sense, Mark? Look at the bid. Look at the bid. Watch. Watch the offer come underneath 50 and watch it pop back up. Right? Hey, Jonathan. Oh, no, I don't look at the volume profile. No, no, no. Don't that's actually careful doing that, okay? Because you'll see things that aren't there. Stick to the candles, brother. For now. You know where the stops are. We're running all the stops. You could see that, right? But don't do that. Don't look at phantom stuff because it's not going to be actionable and it's not going to be repeatable. And a P profile means short covering. So that's the market just fell apart because there's no P profile. It takes time. So let's see. Coming back up over 50, just give it some time. Big candles, right? Maybe I'll wait for the next candle. If that next candle stays over 50 1/4, we can maybe take a little long. Maybe up to 52 1/2, 53. Let's see. No rush, right? There we go. right? Make sure you sell into strength, eh? I'm long 51 and a quarter, and I sold them at 53 and a quarter. That's okay on 3 contracts. That's not bad, right? Very happy for that. Thank you. Goodbye, right? There's the trade. Look below, fail. Long, stop, target, target. Does that make sense? I didn't get the short, but I clipped in and out of the responsive long. Right? It's doing it again. Let it find the bid. Let's see if it can hold 48. Don't touch it just yet. Wait till it goes down and comes back up. Because once it goes down and comes back up, what it's done is it's cleaned out the sell orders underneath 50 and a quarter. So until it proves to you that it's cleaned out the sell orders, there is no reason for you to go long. Get it? Now we're looking for 46. So we take that stop, right? It's a back and forth market. There's 46. Boom, there's 46. Now, if we get some nice liquidation, I'm looking for the previous day low. Given the kind of price action that we have and the ranges of the last couple of sessions, right? It wouldn't be crazy to expect a test of the previous day low, right? Yeah, I got 31 is my next target, right? Down here. Just under 31, right? Static stops, my stocks are structural stops. So if I was going short here, my stop would be 47. If I was short 44, my stop would be 47. My first target would be 42. I tend not to leave runners because I like to get in and out. The overnight low, if we take out the previous day low, Raj, yeah. But we got to take out the previous day low to get to the overnight low. There's no back door. Right? So if you're short 45, 44, your stop's above 46. There's your 41. Next. The levels are working nicely. Little responsive buying off of that 46. There's going to be a seller here. Yeah, big candles, lots of opportunity, but there's a lot. It's very easy to screw this up if you get it wrong, right? So if you're not used to trading big candles, if you're not used to all that stuff, just relax, watch, rewind these charts. Now, between now and the end of the year is a great time for you to do some homework, prepare yourself, and get ready for next year. I told you there'd be a seller at 49. Boom, to the tick. Use the candlestick charts to show what they really are intended to show. Don't worry about patterns and all sorts of stuff. Raccoons holding flags and walruses holding spatulas. Focus on where the seller is. That's all you really need to know. Okay? Don't get caught up in all this stuff. It's a simple business. Under 41 and 3/4 will target 37.5. Let's see what happens here. There's not enough volume to hold this thing right now, so I would expect that 40 stop to get tagged. Right. Nice simple business. Took out that stop. A little bit of buying comes in. We take out the A low. We're looking for the previous day low. Right here is the middle of the range. I do not trade in the middle. Hey, AZS, how you doing? All right. Oh, what do we got cooking in the kitchen next? Let's see what happens when B period opens in 2 minutes. Oh, thanks, Alex. Got a lot of Alexes now. 46 sellers so far. No trade yet. If you're really on the ball, you can scalp these big candles. If you get it right, it's a nice, beautiful scalp here and there. But I like nice, simple, slow price. I like nice, simple trades, like from the outside in. Those those trades always, for me, are better, right? Because they're also more forgiving, right? Just back and forth. All right, B period's here. What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, I think we'll definitely see some volatility. But that's a good thing. But even with these big ranges, these markets have been tradable if you know what you're doing. The problem is learning how to trade in this market. So that's why we have classes, we do workshops, we do all kinds of stuff every day in our room to help you with execution. Okay, so now we've got sellers here, and they stopped selling down here at 40. Let's see if that business still holds. Still got that seller at 44, 45. Hmm. Well, we're right at the cost basis of the overnight. I wonder if we can hold this low. Now, this is where people hate it, where they say you got to be patient. But if we can't take out 31, we will rotate back up. So that's what I'm watching for now. And just chop. Just chop. Alrighty, let's see. Is this looking like a look below and fail of 46? Can we buy 47 and flip it out at 48 and a quarter, 48 and a half? Let's see. Maybe not just yet. Right? Maybe not just yet. No, nobody wants to hold it anywhere, right? You got to understand, Mr. Smith, that we will trade what the orders come in, right? If buy orders come in, we'll go with that. If sell orders come in, we go with that. Nobody tries to hold down markets. Those are what we call old wives' tales, right? Out at 48 and a half. Nobody holds down markets, and that's all. And it's not going to help you make any money. So if you were long, look below and fail. I sold 48, 48 half. But if you're still long, you sell into it here, right? Nice little choppy trades you can take. And the ultimate target will be VWAP. But there should be a seller somewhere between 50 and 54. Okay, what's next? What is next? Creeping up over 50, we'll be targeting 54. If you're long, remember, put your sell orders out. Get them out there. Get your sell orders out there. You should be out. 50 to 53, 3 points, 3 to 5 contracts. Thanks for coming out. Interesting to see them form a bottom and then rotate back up and call that. Why was that? Good question, Jonathan, because the sell orders ran out. It's really simple. We had sell orders that took us all the way down, right? And they came down here under 46, right? So the shorts came in and covered. Wholesale built a position. We came in. And then the dumb money shorts who shorted here go to cover and push price up, and we've got all the inventory. Happens over and over and over again. Get to know that pattern. It's a great trade. make a couple of points on here, a couple of points here, and you're done for the day. It's real simple. Real simple. Past VWAP, 58 and 3/4. If you're still long, I hope you're selling because everybody else is. Sell into strength. Always sell into strength, my friends. There we go. Nice V reversal, right? We're seeing that over and over again. This is a speculator's market. Do I have limits for the day? Yeah, I generally have a certain amount like I like to make, and then I'll stop, and then a certain amount for the client accounts that I trade, if I trade them, and my drawdown is 10%. If I lose 10% of what I made, then I stop. I always start trading on the micro to see whether my brain is working. If it's not, I stop trading, reassess. Once I've proven to myself that I'm seeing things properly and I'm making good business decisions, then I will start trading the mini. And we're going to see a little bit of selling at 63 because all of that inventory is above us, right? See all of this? There should be some inventory left over here. Beautiful retrace. So back up over 54. Looking for that 76 area again. I think we'll go sideways here for a little bit. Big candles, AO. Big candles today. What's going on? My guys in the room, you guys awake? What's going on out there? Talk to me, Goose. What are you guys doing? That chat room is like a Tibetan monastery. Nobody's talking in there. You guys awake, or am I going to have to get like, do I have to get like a gong or something and go bong or air horn or something like that? Yeah, jeez. Either you're trading or you guys are all talk ticking, right? You guys are either all on TikTok, doom scrolling, or you're trading. Hypnotized. Like David Letterman in the 80s, Leslie, I've been hypnotized. Watching Teldar Paper. Everybody is on their cell phone when I'm teaching. It's so funny. It's so funny. Ah. Like I got one young guy that I do coaching with, and when we get on our coaching calls, I'm like, okay, yeah, you gotta go give your mom your cell phone. Right? Can't be distracted. Oh. That's okay, Jess. You'll get them next trade. Now find out why you sold too early and re go back over those steps on what made you want to get out of that trade early, right? And work it out for next time. The problem with this market is one day it trades one way, the next day it trades another way. It's a dog's breakfast, right? So you always got to be switching up, switching up, switching up, switching up. Ooh. Looking for 71s. Well, you could just work on your entries and your exits. You're scared to be read? Hey, I get it. I get it. I've been there, done that, got the t-shirts, scared to be read. I totally understand. Don't worry. Come hang out with us in our trading room. We'll get you, we'll turn you into a lean, mean fighting machine. You're not scared of the red? Oh, you're never going to work on my trade desk. Just kidding. Just kidding. Oh, right. That's what we do. And that's what I do, especially in my coaching, is, I make killers. As they said in Heartbreak Ridge, we make life takers and heartbreakers. Right? That's what we do. Simple information, actionable trading, no double talk, no gibberish. You'll never hear me talk about delta or crossovers or clouds or astrology or any of that stuff. Where's the buyer? Where's the seller? How do we make some scratch? How do we use the orders to tell us whether the trade's working or not? Simple. You're trying to use my concepts and maybe seasonal patterns to get some bias for the month or at least the week. I have a sneaking suspicion by the end of the month we'll be trading 7,000. Okay? But the road to get to 7,000, yeah, I don't know. Is there a full moon? I love full moons. People go nuts. Good opportunities for the smart money. We're going to backfill this. We hit that seller at 71, just like I said, where I drew those white lines. You joking? I don't know. Sometimes there is a full moon. And when there is a full moon, people trade like drunk sailors. It's hilarious. The path to 7,000, BH, that's the trouble. Where's the new contract trading? Probably like 69 something. Where is it here? New contract is 69.25. It's not that far away from here. I think we'll retrace back to 58 and down to VWAP because it is rotational. Netflix is getting kind of expensive with their monthly fees. They're starting to creep up with the monthly fees. It's like, it's not appreciated. Yeah, we're not far away from all-time highs, folks. I never really paid attention to it, but I keep getting these, we're increasing your pay. I'm like, oh, okay. After a while, you're like, hey, wait a minute. They're like the market makers creeping the price up, just gently. They won't notice, just creep it. They'll pay more. Netflix did buy Warner Brothers. Thanks, Angel. Okay, so we backfilled to 63. Candles are getting smaller. Hey, listen, if you can correlate the NQ and trade off of it and make money, that's great. Most people, SC, can't. Most people can't. Most people can't correlate their way out of a wet paper bag. That's why I leave it alone. Because why not just do the simple thing, you know? I don't know why you have to look at 30 things to make one decision. When all you have to do is, there's a seller at 71. It tells you not to short. So do a lot of other things. A look below and fail of a level is a lot easier than correlating. Hey, but I'm not poo-pooing correlation. I'm just saying for 99% of traders who have trouble focusing on one thing, how in the hell are you going to focus and put an execution plan together when you're looking at two or three different things simultaneously? You're not going to do it, and you're going to F it up over and over again. I do not know one trader who correlates markets who makes any money. They like to sound smart, but they get their ass handed to them because they're always looking at the wrong thing. This is a business of focus. You don't have to believe me. But I tell you, if you put me on a level 2 and you put you on trading software, I'll wipe the floor with you because you won't even see me coming. You will not even see me coming. I will trade 5 million shares around you and you won't even know what the F is going on. You won't know if you're sitting or standing or taking a pee. I will beat you like a rented mule because people don't know how to pay attention, and we'll take advantage of that all day, every day. You're easy pickings because people are trying to sound smart instead of making money. Because I don't have a NASDAQ trader workstation. Do you know what a level 3 is? I'm not licensed. I don't have level 3. And those are the old days. Now you have direct access software, so you can put in bids all over the place. If we take out that A high, we're going to run the stops. Look for 77 and 3/4. Right? Remember, what did I say? 76.77 about 20 minutes ago. Right? You put 1 million shares in one account and $1 million in the other, and let's trade. And let's see who can go. Right? You gotta focus, folks. You gotta focus. Right? If you can't focus on this, how are you going to focus and correlate markets if you can't figure out simple price action? All right? And you don't have to. I would rather sound like an idiot and make 5, 10 grand a day than be smart and be penniless. Let's see if we could take out that stop. Yeah, you're just overdoing it, Assy. Right? You're overdoing it. I'm just saying that a lot of people can't do it. So that's why I don't teach it, because it's just going to confuse people. Right? Now, are you consistently profitable doing this correlation? Okay. Through the 77s. Mark, we already spoke about the new contract. You shouldn't be trading it. I don't know why you would be. Why are you trading the new contract? I sent you the video. It's traded 104,000 contracts compared to 654. Oh well. Anyway, hey, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them profitable. Look at for the 81s. That's where the upper stops are. Oh, okay. You hold for days? Still don't know why you're trading the new contract. Anyway, not for me to preach about that. Do whatever you guys want. I can only guide you. We hold over 75 and three quarters. The upper stops, remember these upper stops here? 81, 83 quarter, 84 half. Hey, Asi, I'm not gonna argue with you. You seem to be in an argumentative mood, so I'm going to just stop talking to you right now. Okay? All right, let's go and see whether we can take out these upper stops, right? What do I think of open interests in contracts and commitment of traders? Are you position trading, BH Salter? Then it's something that you want to look at. If you're day trading, it's not going to make you any money. I know a lot of position traders who read that and get information. Um, but for our purposes, you don't need to look at it, right? Right. So for people who are missing the point of why I'm here to try and help you make money. I know you have concentration problems and you're not profitable. So what I'm trying to do is simplify things so you can find a way of doing business that works with the flow of business so you don't have to correlate and do a whole bunch of things, take the trade, make some money, and then enjoy your life, right? That's all I'm trying to do. I'm not here to debate with people who I have no clue who they are about what I do and all of that. Take it or leave it, right? I'm just trying to help. You don't want the help, you don't need it, right? Most of you who say you're profitable aren't, right? You just want to show people up on a stream, that's fine. Go do it somewhere else. I'll just kick your ass out. I did. Every day I get one. The one guy from yesterday is behaving today. The one guy who usually behaves misbehaves. But that's okay. It's like working the door of a nightclub. So we've got sellers at 82. You get all sorts, right? It's not a big deal, right? Let's see if those sellers lift up to 84 and a quarter. That's what I'm watching, right? Watch the offer. Watch it takes those stops. And I'm looking for 84 and a quarter, 84 and a half. Pretty simple. Look at that. As you trigger the stop, it triggers buy orders and you're going higher. Overnight high is up here. Into that Globex opening range, right? There's the Globex open right here. There's that Globex open. Let's see if we could take that stop. We might make a run for the overnight high. We've got everybody trapped short underneath. 78 now? Yikes. See, we took the stop. They're selling into it, right? So when you take the stop and you don't get movement up, it means the wholesale longs are selling into this, right? They're selling into this, and that's why the price is going down. That's called a backfill. How does that help us? Well, if you were long 78, you know that you could sell into the 84s, right? Because you expect some selling there. So if you know where to buy and you know where the sellers are waiting, you can sell before they do. Now let's see if we hold 75 and 3/4. Yeah, when you come to the screens and you find our cost basis, Johnny, that is where the wholesale is accumulating their inventory. That's why I do it. So the cost basis tells you how much they paid for their product, and then you double it to see the profit and the discount levels. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. Johnny, go into the JJ levels area and go to the very first document. There's a Google document there where I outline exactly what we do every single day, right? If you're not familiar already. And then we do the same thing every day. So we look for the same trades because the business always repeats itself, right? There's nothing new in this business. It's always the same, right? So yeah. So we look for the cost basis so we know. Why do we look for a cost basis, folks? So we know where stuff is priced. How can you do business if you don't know if your inventory is mispriced or properly priced? You know what I mean? All righty. Thank you so much for being with me. Have a wonderful trading day. Trade smart out there. Come join us at thetradingsyndicate.org. Check out our AI trading coach as well. It's well worth your while. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow morning at 7:30 UK time, 2:30 New York time in the morning for the insomniacs. Have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.